Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon, not here with Geeky Sparkles in this video, but we're going to do a follow-up to a video we did yesterday talking about how it's become more and more apparent that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is in deep doo-doo. Deep doo-doo. There is talk now about resetting the whole thing. And this is speculation coming from the creator of the Arrowverse, saying they don't have a choice. They're going to have to reboot the MCU because it's too bad. You can't salvage it. You cannot salvage the MCU. Disney has screwed it up so badly. There's nothing else you can do but hit the reset button, and Secret Wars might be the event that triggers that reset. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. We're going to talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants, guys. You will get a woohoo in my heart if you do, for sure. So if you go out to shopclownfish.com, speaking of comic books and all that, we are having a second chance offer for Crimson Wren, and previously on Clownfish TV, these are two books that we crowdfunded over the last couple months. Crimson Wren is actually in stock right now. We will ship out these orders in October after everybody else gets theirs first. The people that back first should get it first, right? That's how it usually works. And also previously on Clownfish TV, which are a series of comic strips based on things that we have said on this channel. I don't think there's going to be a comic strip about this video though. This one might be pretty boring. We'll see. We'll see. So check that out at shopclownfish.com. That's the obligatory plug. This is coming from Fandom Wire. They will end up pruning the tree. Arrowverse creator claims Kevin Feige is planning to reboot the $29 billion MCU with Avengers 6 as consecutive failures threaten the legacy. Yeah, it's been failure after failure after failure. And I'm sorry, but Echo and Ironheart and Agatha and all these other shows that they're bringing out. Captain America without Steve Rogers. Thunderbolts, nobody cares. Nerfed Daredevil. The Marvels. Nobody cares about Phase 5. Guardians 3 I heard was pretty good. I have it. I actually bought it on Vudu. I need to watch it. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. But I've heard Guardians 3 was actually pretty okay. But everything else looks like crap. Secret Invasion was terrible. Ant-Man was terrible. I don't have any hope for Blade. Are they even filming that one? Did they change writers or something? I don't know. It's all garbage. And then we've got Kang the Conqueror in trouble with the law right now. And who the hell knows what's going to happen with that. But yeah, this is looking more and more like ending the MCU as the only option. According to Fandom Wire, they said the Marvel Cinematic Universe has had its fair share of ups and downs with Kevin Feige as the president of Marvel. It seems that he has a master plan up his sleeve with Phase 5 of the MCU currently in full swing. In an interview, Mark Guggenheim, known for creating the Arrowverse, gave his blunt opinion that the MCU has to be rebooted entirely if they want to make it better again. And also Star Wars. Like you would have to burn it all down and start over again. Comparing Phase 4 and 5 to the initial 3 phases of the MCU, Guggenheim thinks that the upcoming Secret Wars is actually a hard reboot of the franchise. That makes sense because the newer Secret Wars, not the 1980s Secret Wars, was about consolidating the multiverse, I guess. I didn't read the newer Secret Wars, but that is my understanding. Because I know I was talking about Secret Wars, and I was like, man, they got to get David Hasselhoff to play the Beyonder. How are they going to do the Battle World thing? Are they going to get black suit Spider-Man in there? No, everybody's like, you old man, you stinky old man. They're talking about the new Secret Wars, stinky old man. What are you talking about? Clearly, you don't read comics. If you read comics, you'd know what Secret Wars is all about. Weirdly enough, Marvel Comics is going back to the 1980s with a follow-up to the original Secret Wars. And they're even bringing the toy shields in from, so I think that's pretty funny. And that's very telling too, because they know it's going to make bank because that was a huge event. Some people hated it, but it was a huge event. So Kevin Feige has too much content for the MCU. Phase 4 of the MCU wasn't the best phase. That is putting it mildly. The quality of the movies and series only seemed to deteriorate the further we went down the chaotic multiversal hole. Yes, it's a hole full of chaos. With all the chaos and the magic happening in the MCU, several people feel it needs a hard reboot. The Arrowverse creator, Mark Guggenheim, even went as far as to state that Kevin Feige is essentially planning a reboot for many years, and the time has indeed come. In an interview, Mark Guggenheim openly pointed out the problems with the MCU. This is coming from the guy who created the Arrowverse, by the way, which had a lot of the same problems toward the end. I'm just saying. He said, stating that the cinematic universe has become too chaotic. Guggenheim stated that the universe should once again be built from the ground up with a hard reboot. I'm like the biggest Marvel nerd ever, and I haven't seen Moon Knight. Moon Knight, you're not missing much. I just can't keep up. There's just too much content. To me, the difference between Phase 4 and Phase 1 through 3 is fundamentally something very simple, which you could even be watching Infinity War without having seen prior X number of movies. This isn't something that is surprising, since many people have often complained about his problem. With so much content to handle, people often miss out on some important stuff that could be a game changer in the next movie or series. Yeah, that was kind of a problem with Doctor Strange too, wasn't it? If you didn't watch WandaVision, not everybody watched WandaVision. If you didn't watch WandaVision, it didn't make any damn sense. You had no idea what the hell was going on. None whatsoever, because it basically was a sequel to WandaVision. It's going to be the same thing with the Marvels. If you didn't watch WandaVision and Secret Invasion and Ms. Marvel, you're not going to know what the hell's going on. And honestly, I think people are going to be like, yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Call me, wake me up when there's another Spider-Man movie. That's what I care about. So he's saying, yeah, Kevin could reboot the entire thing. My guess is what they're building up to is the Secret Wars they've announced is not Secret Wars of the 1980s. It's Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars, which was basically a reset of the Marvel universe. So I think they're going to, if they want to do what I expect them to do, they're going to end up pruning the tree. We have no idea when we're going to get to this. We're looking at the earliest May of 2027 with the strikes right now. It could be later than that. But I think the sooner they end it, the better. But I think they also need to give Marvel a rest, at least give the MCU a rest. You know, let the freaking body cool. I mean, you want to talk about damage. I'm sitting here looking at this picture of the Avengers, and I'm realizing this is what Endgame. I think this is a poster for Endgame. Yeah, that's not actually Rhodey. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Secret Invasion, and knowing this, I have no intention of watching Secret Invasion. That's not actually Rhodey. Rhodey is a chick from outer space. Yes, the Rhodey that was in Endgame, to the best of my knowledge, was a female Skrull the whole time. It just, why? Just why? Rumors also coming from the same site, Kevin Feige is tired of incompetence and experienced directors ruining the MCU. Then why did you put them in charge, Kevin? Why did you sign off on them? And then you've got writers that are out there on She-Hulk that are insulting you to your face, and you just freaking take it. You're just taking it. There is no actual boss in charge of Marvel at this point. I think they got lucky. I think they had a roadmap for the first 10 years or whatever it was, 10, 12 years. And now there's no roadmap. And now they're looking at the comics. I'm like, why are you pulling from the newer comics when the newer comics mostly miss the mark? You know, I guess the one advantage to resetting everything is you can go back and do it right. You know, and I think it was Wes from Thinking Critical that pointed out that now they have the rights to the X-Men and to the Fantastic Four. They can actually build it with the Fantastic Four first, like they should have done in the first place, and build a proper Marvel Cinematic Universe that looks closer to the classic comics than what we've gotten. I do not see Disney doing that. Now, if Disney gets sold, or if they sell off assets as it's being rumored, then possibly maybe we'll get something that looks like the golden age of Marvel. Maybe we'll get, I would love to see like retro futuristic Marvel, like the Incredibles, like it takes place in the 1960s, but in a more high tech 1960s. That will never happen. This is what I would like to see. I'd like to see him do Marvels. Start with that, right? I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen, guys. I really don't. But yeah, it's pretty bad. Now, this guy's a competitor, right? But he's like, I can't keep up. I'm in charge of the Arrowverse, which is the most convoluted effing thing on TV, or was. And he can't keep up with the multiverse shit going on at Marvel. Disney has completely failed. You have failed this franchise, Disney, and it's time to put it down. It's time to put an arrow through its head, start over again, get some fresh blood in there, preferably people that actually like comic books, right? Get some professional comic book writers, some established, sane, professional comic book writers. Put a guy like Mark Miller on a movie. That would be pretty cool, right? But as long as Disney's in charge, it's hopeless. It doesn't matter if they reboot it. It doesn't matter if they reset it. But it would be very funny to see what they did if it was still under the Iger regime, under the Feige regime. If they reset it, they'll probably make the same mistakes again, right? They'll just cast younger, cheaper actors. They'll race swap characters. They'll gender swap more characters and be like, look, guys, we're reinventing the Marvel Universe for a new generation. Yeah, nobody wants that. Just give us the classic heroes. Give us some of the classic stories that they glossed over. Decades and decades and decades of fantastic comic books. And they barely scratched the surface. And we've jumped from a lot of potential. We've gone from Infinity War, the Infinity Gauntlet story, to freaking Ms. Marvel and Riri Williams. It's like it's time to put the thing down and start over, in my opinion. And it's apparently not just my opinion. So let's wrap this one up, guys. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later. Help support the channel. Go to thereef.support and get early access to podcasts, videos, and other content. That's thereef.support.